Hello students, today we are going to cover the topic types of operating system. In the previous sessions we have discussed about what is operating system. It is a master program which coordinates the hardware and software. And then we have discussed about the features or functions of operating system. Now in this class we are going to discuss about the different types of operating system. The first one is single user operating system. Single user operating system means this is the initial version of the operating system. This is the first version, and how it works means it will allow only one user to work with the computer at a time. So at a time only one user can use the computer. The most popular single user operating systems were Microsoft DOS, Microsoft Windows 3.1, Microsoft Windows 95. These are the three popular single user operating system. Single user means only one user at a time. Due to their limited features, they are no longer in use nowadays because only one user can use the computer at a time. So because of this, now it is not using. Next one is multi-user operating system. Second one is multi-user operating system. As per the name, multiple user can use the operating system at the same time. A multi-user operating system allows more than one user to use the same computer at the same time or at different times. So according to the multi-user operating system, more than one user can use the computer at the same time or different times. Some operating system which fall in this category are Windows 2000, Windows NT, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Linux, Unix. These are the examples of the operating system which are coming under the multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system, and Windows 2000 was the first version of Windows. Windows 2000 was the first version of Windows which allowed creation of several users accounts on a single machine. So how you are thinking about how the single user in a system you can use many users, but I am talking about the admin. There are people's account you can have in a system. You can have the accounts. Yes, in single user operating system only one account can be created, whereas in multi-user operating system two accounts can be created. Admin, client, many, your name, your parent name, you can create many accounts with. So the first operating system which supports the multi-user operating system was the Windows 2000. That is, it will allow the creation of several user accounts on a single machine. Actually in this example now they have given in the proper order of the operating system. First it was Windows 2000. So learn the proper order which operating system has come first. So 2000, then NT, XP, Vista, 7, 8, 8.1. Now 10 is also available. Third one is multi-processor operating system. It is multi-processor operating system. A multi-processor system consists of several processors that share a common physical memory. So it has multiple processors. Processors controls the overall operations, and it is the main thing. So a multiprocessor system consists of several processors. If there are several processors in a system, then its speed of the system will be increased. Why I am saying this? Because if your system has only one processor, the applications will share the single processor. So each application has to wait for the processor time. If your system has multiple processors, so each can be shared for each application. So each application can be done simultaneously because of this processor. So automatically the speed will be increased. A multiprocessor system consists of several processors that share a common physical memory. So they will share, it has a multiple processors which is sharing a common physical memory. In this system, processors operate under single operating system. So under single operating system there will be many processors. It provides higher computing power and speed that allows the user to run and work in multiple applications at the same time. Since you have multiple processors, each application can have each processors. They don't need to wait for the processor time. So it will has a high computing power and speed also to run and work in multiple applications at the same time. Execution of several tasks by different processors at the same time increases the system's performance. Examples are Windows NT, 2000, XP and Unix. You can note down. It is not much required because they have not given, so you can leave also, but I have written Windows NT /2000, XP and Unix have a multiprocessor operating system. Next one is multitasking operating system. There are single user, that is only one user can use the operating computer at one time. Multi-user, more than one user can use the computer at same time or different time. Multiprocessor, one operating system, multiple processors will share the memory. Multitasking operating system means the ability to perform more than one task together at one time is called multitasking. The ability to perform more than one task together at one time is called multitasking. That is, you can play the music also, you can type in the word also, you can do presentation also, you can search in the internet also. So you can perform more than one task together at the same time in multitasking operating system. An operating system which is capable of doing multitask or processes while using common processing resources, that is using only one CPU, is called a multitasking operating system. What they are saying is, here we have said that it is very easy and higher speed to work multiple applications at same time because they are having multiple processes, more than one CPU. Yes, they have more than one CPU, so each process can use the separate CPU. Then it can process multiple applications. What about in multitasking means they will have only one CPU. They will have only one CPU. Even with that CPU, it is capable of doing multiple tasks or process is known as multitasking operating system. So by using only single CPU, by using only one CPU, is it capable of doing multiple tasks or process is known as the multitasking operating system. The operating system which is capable of doing multiple tasks or processes while using a single CPU is known as multitasking operating system. How it will process means it switches from one program to another so quickly that it gives appearance of executing all programs at the same time. So they are sharing the resources. That is CPU. So how it is doing means it will share the resources very fastly or quickly, so that you feel that in a fraction of time they will share the CPU. So you will feel that all the applications will be running at the same time, but actually there is a time delay, but you are not aware of that, because it is happening in such a fraction of speed. Today most operating systems fall under this category, that is you work under multiple tasks. Even though if there is a time delay, you are not aware of that because the sharing of the resources will be in such a faster manner. Examples are Unix, Linux, XP, 7, 8, 8.1, Windows 10, etc. Next, moving to multi-threading operating system. What is meant by multi-threading operating system means? Thread means the basic unit to which OS allocate processor time. So it's a threading means basic unit to which operating system allocate processor time. So each processor will be allocated a processor time. This operating system allows different part of a software program to run simultaneously, not different application. They are talking about one software's different program, one software's different parts. This operating system allow different part of a single software program to run simultaneously. So one software will be there, it has many programs. So this multi-threading operating system allows the different part of that software program to be run simultaneously at the same time. Simultaneously means at same time. The features of multi-threading can delay the execution response of certain process. Why they are saying? Because they are sharing the processor's time. Yes, so different part of the software program is running at the same time. So it can be happen that one processor can uses the resources, and after that only other person get the resources. So suppose there are two processes. Suppose there are one process music. You want to play music and you want to actually in first you can get music or whatever, and something video, whatever, not video, word document. So this processor will get, this is one software, okay, this is one software. So this processor will uses the processor, and it will, till the time this will be waiting for the processor. So it can be used after executing this only, it will give the processor to the next thing. So it is waiting. So each process will be waiting for the previous process to be completed. Each process will be waiting for the previous process to be completed. So there will be a delay in the execution response of a certain processes because of this threading. Example, what they are saying is, if you host a game server on a internet to your friends, so in the LAN network you have hosted means you have put a game server. So this by online, by using your LAN network, anyone can play your game, that is your friends will. So you are hosting the game, you are putting the game and in the network, so many are using, your friends are using, so they will automatically use your different part of the same game. There is only one game and many are using, so many are using the different parts of the same game. Automatically, by connecting your machine at the same time, the resources will be utilized from your machine. All your friends will utilize the resources from your machine only, which can be a performance degrading factor. Yes, which can be a performance degrading factor. Take an example of your hotspot. You have a mobile and network connection, you have a net also, and you are hotspotting it with many friends. You are hotspotting it with your mom, parent, father, and many other siblings, relation, whatever, many other 2 or 3 persons. Automatically they are using your internet. Automatically your internet speed will be reduced. Same is multi-threading operating system. Since there is only one resources, many are using together at the same time. So automatically it will causes the delay, or it will shows the performance degrading. It will degrade the performance. The common example of such operating systems are Windows NT or 2000, XP, 7, 8, 8.1, Unix and Linux. Next one is real-time operating system. Real-time operating system. RTOS is designed to handle real-life scenarios and problems. So it is used to real-life scenarios means situations. Scenarios means situation. So RTOS is designed to handle real-life situations and problems. Such operating system have the capability to prioritize the process, minimize execution time, and work independently with no interdependence. In thread, it is each process is depend upon another. That is, one process will wait for the previous process to complete its execution. Whereas in real-time operating system, every process is interdependencies, without work with interdependencies. They are independent. They will not depend on any processing things, and they will prioritize the processes. So which process has to be done first? So it will give priority. It will minimize execution time. So execution time will be minimized. So your speed will be increased automatically. Real-time operating system is used when the time span required to react to an input is rigid and time-bound. So when is this system is used means you have a little time to execute. When you give an input, you must have the output at the very fast manner. It should not have a delay. So in that time, you will use a real-time operating system. So if you have a time limit, that by giving your input, you should get the output at the fraction of seconds, you must use a real-time operating system. It is used when the time span required to react an input is rigid and time-bound. Even microseconds of delay will cause the system to fail. Even microseconds of delay will cause the system to fail. In that condition, you use real-time operating system. Examples are air traffic control, airport, aeroplane. Even any single mistake causes the flight to fall. Yes, flight to get destroyed. So in that conditions, you use real-time operating system. Robots, everything is working within the smallest time span. Weapon system for the war. So if you give input, it should work at the proper times without any delay. If there is any delay, it causes the system to fail. So in these conditions, they are using the real-time operating system. You have two real-time operating systems, two types: hard real-time operating system, soft real-time system. Hard real-time system means this system guarantee that critical tasks are completed in time. Critical tasks are completed in proper time is known as hard real-time system. Soft real system means they are less restrictive. These are less restrictive than the hard time. Examples are undersea exploration. So it has not much have undersea depth of this. Planetary rover, that is in the planet or celestial, it uses virtual reality. You can see that by wearing a glass you can visualize a tour. Without going to that place we can visualize the tour. That is virtual reality. Next operating system is distributed operating system. Distributed operating system runs on a set of computers that are located in different geographical areas interconnected by a network. So there will be different set of computers. There are 2 or 3 computers which are located in different geographical areas, different places, and all are connected by a single network. Different places. So distributed operating system runs on a set of computers that are located in different places connected by a network. It controls these interconnected systems and make them appear as a single computer. So it also, distributed operating system controls all this connected computer, and it will give an appearance that it is only one single system. It allows all the linked machine to access data and software, and the process takes over the common network from different computers irrespective of their location on the globe. That is, every computers are connected, so it will take data and software from each computer, and the processes will be done, and its output will give to the proper computer even though the computers are locating at different locations. Thank you.